Hello and welcome to the second day of action at the World Gymnastics Championships here in Tokyo. Yesterday it was the women's team final and the Americans seemed to be on a higher plane. But our British women made history. Their fifth place was the highest ever at a World Championships. The key to their success was calmness, a clear head and ultimate focus. Today it's the turn of the men, but can the highly fancied Japanese team keep their heads when the British lost theirs? They didn't make the top 8. But they did start well, and according to rings, vault and parallel bars, qualifying for the final, and more importantly the Olympics, was looking odds on. But hang on, as one British gymnast was saying to another, it was time for high bar. What happened on high bar? What did the high bar do to you?
To me, I think Ruslan was first up, yeah, and he missed one of his moves, so I mean that was a bit of a shock. And then Dan Keaton, you know, he actually slipped off the bar. I managed to go clean, which is why, and then you know, Chris and Sam didn't manage to pull off the routines, but I mean they are big routines that they're doing, so I mean it does happen.
Yeah, I could kind of sense things were a little bit weary and that, and just before floor, you know, I got everyone together and I said, come on guys, we've worked too hard for this, you know, let's not give up until it's over, you know, let's keep going, you know. And you guys went onto floor and absolutely did the best routines they could do, and it's quite good to see that no one had given up, everyone was still fighting.
Well, it certainly seems that your problems don't lie with, you know, lack of moves or ability or anything like that. So what do you put the problem down, not making that top 8?
To be honest, I think everyone's, you know, had a talk about it, and no one's really, you know, too sure what happened. Everyone was fit, everyone was ready. I mean, maybe it's just the fact we qualified 4th last year in the team final, which is like amazing.
Yeah.
And this year, maybe people expected too much, you know, to qualify straight away. So.
Did you think that you expected too much yourselves?
I think everyone, if they hit our routines, you know, we expect it to go through. You don't really expect failure, but I mean, obviously, you know, it can happen.
Because I had to wait 5 operators to do my problem routine, so I spent the whole time kind of geeing everyone up and getting into it and getting everyone going, and then all of a sudden I had to kind of get into the zone, and you know, there's a few wobbles on pommel horse, and I really needed to get through mine, you know, not just for me, but for the team as well, and I kind of got the job done.
You did, yeah. And got the second highest score.
Yeah, I mean,
on pommel horse in the whole competition.
I mean, I'm happy just because of the pressure that I was feeling. You know, I landed, and the relief. You know, I gave Britain, you know, its fighting chance to, you know, try and cling on to 8th place, and also, you know, gave myself a good chance of qualifying for the finals.
Dan, I mean, you've got this test event now, just after Christmas. You're not going to have a very relaxing Christmas, let's say, are you?
I know, I think everyone was looking forward to a bit of a rest, you know, putting on a bit of weight, Christmas pudding and that, but I think it'd be pretty hard going now.
You know, we've got to put this into perspective. We are looking at the top 12 teams in the world that will make Olympics. You sit in 10th at the moment, the chances are you're going to do pretty well in this test event.
I mean, we came 10th with pretty much the worst competition we could have done. You know, the fact that we can only, you know, build on this and get better than this, you know, we should qualify. You know, I don't want to say we are, because anything can happen in gymnastics. You know, but we've got the strongest team we ever had. You know, the boys are good. So it's all about going to that test event in January, sacrificing our Christmas puddings, like Perry said, and you know, just proving to everyone that, you know, we can do it, and we are there, and we do want to qualify full team to the Olympics.
So the 8 teams that we see compete here have qualified for the Olympics, and we will see them in London in 9 months' time. Now, joining me here in the commentary box, as always, is Mitch Fenner and Christine Still, and we are preparing to be thoroughly entertained by high-flying difficulty and strength that will blow you away. Mitch, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
It's got to be Japan.
Yeah.
Back to the days of the 60s and 70s when they were dominating World Championship gymnastics for the men, and the atmosphere in qualification was amazing. They worked with one head. They were thinking of team, not individuals. It really is going to be a hot final night, and Japan, I think, are going to take it.
Okay, well, what about America, Christine? Because the women, I mean, that seem to have the characteristics of a bullet train arriving in town, and the men seem to be in a similar frame of mind.
Yeah, well, that typifies really all the American teams we've always seen.
Yeah.
However, sometimes they've been a bit short of finesse. This team are very well trained, good technique, and they performed fabulously in qualification. They beat off the challenge of the Olympic champions, China, so it's really going to be a hot contest tonight.
Indeed, this competition is going to be a real belter, and this is how the men's team final will play out. 3 gymnasts up and all 3 scores count. The gymnasts rotate through 6 pieces of apparatus. All the scores are added together and the team with the highest will be crowned Men's Team World Champions.
The US still in touch in 6th place on a tightly bunched leaderboard, but Russia hold the lead with 137.847 ahead of the resurgent Chinese and Korea. By the end of rotation 4, the 4 strongest teams here will also have completed the high-scoring vault. Back to Mitch, Christine and Matt.
They know it's tight. They're watching every movement of the scoreboard. Can feel the tension in the arena.
Well, it'll be amazing if he breaks 16. It's a very, very rare mark on parallel bars. But he is a great worker on the upper ace. They call him Mr. P bars, so, well, he'll get as close as he can.
Oh, he's got 15.666. It's not enough at this stage. China into 3rd. Japan leading Russia by 0.07. It's tight at the top. So there we go. There's confirmation. Japan lead Russia. Only just. China just a tiny bit behind. This is going to be a brilliant, brilliant last couple of pieces. United States just outside of the medal by a mark. Ukraine, Korea, Germany down in 7th, and Romania bring up the rear.
He'll do his best.
Uchimura wraps up this World Team Final. All eyes, Miss Serena, are on him, and he has a massive job to do. But can he keep Japan in the medals? We think gold is just out of reach.
Look at that. Exemplary. He really understands the Kovac. It's a difficult skill, but he makes it look so easy. Little tickle on the bar going in. There's the combination. Nicely done. And the Yamawaki. And will he do the second big release? He will. He's not holding back. Oh! Wow. Oh. Now then, he is human after all. He's shown that he too can make mistakes. It is so unexpected. This is the home of the Japanese, and we've seen 2 huge errors. Look how long he waited to release. That was never going to happen.
He was a mile away, Mitch, wasn't he? He didn't even get, so he doesn't even get the credit for that.
Well, we know the US have bronze, okay? He needs 14.7 to stay ahead of America.
Well, that means that he has to put in another big skill. Now, he'll be thinking about this because he's got a huge repertoire. But if he just goes through now, the best he can hope for is a 14-1, 14-2. But there we are, that's the one. He's done it again. That's the one he missed on. So he's done it again. Then he's put it another full twist. So he's listened to us somehow. And he's really building the difficulty. He knows he needs a 14-7. So let's just see. He's going to put another one in. A double, and he's landed it on a sixpence. You probably don't even know what it is, but it was a fabulous landing.
Has he done enough? Has he done enough to keep Japan in the medals? 14.7.
What a job he did.
Well, China retain their title, but what colour is the medal of the Americans?
Well, answers on a postcard, please.
Well, it's not always so easy working in front of a home crowd. It really piles the pressure on, as these gymnasts showed today. He just was a mile away from it.
Uchimura, 14.7, he's done it! Can you believe it? He's kept Japan in the medals. They have a silver by 100th of a mark. Unbelievable, but there are, again, the world team champions, China. What a final this has been. So China take gold, Japan settle for silver after an extraordinary high bar. And the United States will be more than happy with bronze. Confirmation of the men's team final. China, again our world team champions. Japan, they almost had it. They almost had it in their grasp, but, well, silver was an incredible performance for them. United States take the bronze. Well, Mitch, that competition had more twists and turns than a gymnastic routine. Where do we start with the analysis?
Plenty of thrills, plenty of spills, sadly, as well, but what a thriller. Japan came in as favourites, China kept cool, and USA came up with some surprises. It was great all the way through.
Incredible that China managed to retain their title, because they did look a little bit shady, didn't they, in qualification?
Very clever strategy there. They brought a new man in for these finals. He didn't let them down. Very clever planning, and they kept cool right to the end. You've got to take your hats off to them.
Yeah, and I mean, America chasing Russia, overtaking them, and then holding on to that bronze medal. I mean, that was just, it was incredible force once again, as we saw from the women yesterday.
Well, bronze medal for performance, but gold medal for grit. They did so well, the Americans.
Yeah.
China, though, don't take it away. They beat Japan on their home ground when all the odds were against them. Well done indeed to them.
Well, the entertainment is going to continue tomorrow with the women's all-around final. You can watch that on BBC Two at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, or you can join us for live coverage in the morning, online, on the red button for live commentary. But from here in Japan, that's it. We're going to go and celebrate now, Mitch. But who do we choose? The Chinese, the Japanese, or the Americans? I'll tell you what, we'll spend half an hour each. See you later.